Happens to be late morning where I am. Getting off to a late start today. Slept in a little bit. Woke up with one dog in my armpit, and the other one laying across my my torso. We were all very comfortable and loving the moment. So I guess we didn't want to get up. And anyway, so it's a late start for me. I usually get up at sunrise, which I did today, and it was a beautiful sunrise, and the sun was bright and shiny this morning. Now it's all cloudy out here, but that's all right. I got the construction workers out front. There's a whole bunch of them, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't hear any noise out there other than there's about 8 guys standing around. So I guess they're digging the hole underneath the ground today for the sewer, water, and gas line to go across so the guy can get those run up to his where he's going to be building his new house. So anyhow, let's move on with things. So this is Angelina. This is the Angelina Jordan Fan Club, The Shield, and there's some new postings on here today. I try to stop in once in a while and check things out. This I thought you might be interested in. This is the dress. It would appear to be the dress or gown. I'm not sure what to call that technically. I guess because it's really long, it might be a gown, right? Is that right? I don't know if that's a definition. I think, never mind. I'm not going to get into it. I know that much about fashion, and I know that much times 3 or 4 about ladies' fashion. I mean, I can look at it and see that it looks nice, but, you know, what the names are, I can't tell you. So, anyway, this looks like the one that she just wore at the Nobel Peace Prize, so they must have done a little photo shooting and stuff like that afterwards. So let's watch. I just caught a couple seconds of the first one. I didn't watch. There's several of them. I think. Looks like there's like 3 or 4.
Mistakes and regrets ain't all that I have left. Mistakes and regrets ain't all that I have left. Mistakes and regrets ain't all that I have left.
Okay, very short, 8 seconds. I'm going to just bear with me. I'm going to full screen this, see what difference it makes. Sometimes not a lot. Well, I'm gone. That's a plus. Hang on, let's watch.
Mistakes and regrets ain't all that I have left.
Okay, I'll come back. Let's move on to the next one and see what we got.
I carol being sung by the choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows I carol being sung by the choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows I carol.
Well, let's go to full screen and see what difference it makes. We'll play it just another time through, and then we'll move on to the next one. A little bit bigger picture.
Being sung by the choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows I care.
Okay. And let's move on to the next one.
I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah.
That's the shortest one so far. That's a 5-second one. Not that anybody's really keeping score, but me.
I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah.
Okay. Let's see if there's one more. There may be. I don't recall how many there were.
Look at the sky, it's the color of love. There must have been an angel by my side. Look at the sky, it's the color of love. There must have been an angel by my side. Look at the sky, it's the color of love.
Okay, let's blow this one up just for the heck of it. Hey, listen again.
There must have been an angel by my side. Look at the sky, it's the color of love. There must have been an angel by my side.
That's interesting. According to some of the comments, that's a Sade, S-A-D-E song I'm unfamiliar with. Angelina has whipped out another voice for this one. Let's listen one more time. I don't know how closely you were paying attention, and I don't know if I'm paying attention that close, but I don't know the song. But yeah, she sounds like almost a different person.
Look at the sky, it's the color of love. There must have been an angel by my side.
Okay, I think that's it for these new ones here. Let's take one quick look at the next item.
Mistakes and regrets ain't all that I have left. Mistakes, I carol being sung by the choir and for I'm driving on for Christmas. Yeah. Look at
That is all there is.
mistakes.
So Angelina doing a little posing here, and that's why not? She's all dressed up. Might as well get a few pics, right? What else? What would anybody do? And of course, then they put a little of Angelina's music to the background. I'll tell you the last one's the Sad A one. I don't know that song. I don't know if it's similar to the original or a departure, as Angelina does sometimes. But beautiful, silky, smooth voice. As I said, I don't know the song, but it sounds really nice. And the other songs too. Here, real quick. Of course, this is
And regret
Angelina's original.
ain't all that I have left. Mistakes and regret.
Then we've got
I carol being sung by the choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. I'm driving.
sorry. Okay.
I carol being sung by the choir and
That's just beautiful. No, you guys don't have to bark. They're going to be there all day. You're going to get a sore throat. So, yeah, this is just a beautiful. Angelina does a really great job, I think, with the Christmas. You know what I like about Angelina's Christmas song choices? First of all, the way she does it. She puts a little bit of herself in there, her style. She freshens it up just a little bit, not too much. She keeps the tradition of the songs and the old timey kind of flavor in the song too, which I think is important because to me, Christmas songs. When you think back to Christmas songs, they become a tradition in your family, more or less, and you expect to hear songs in a certain way. This isn't really the time to change it all that much, Like when Angelina did Bohemian Rhapsody at the AGT, I mean, she was in a talent show, basically, competing to show her abilities. And what do they call it? Rearranged that song and did that. I mean, that shocked. It shocked the world, what she could do with that song, iconic song that everybody loves, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen and Freddie Mercury, of course. And that song, everybody knows that song. She completely changed the song. And what a genius move if it works, okay, which it did. If it was a mess, then it's a mess, because you can't compete with the original, in a case like that. And she did though, and she, you can argue where you think, it doesn't matter. Again, it's like going to the Louvre and looking at the Mona Lisa and go to the next thing and seeing Venus de Milo. Two completely different pieces of art that are in the Louvre, okay? They're being recognized as some of the best art that's ever been done. But they're different kinds of art and they're different things. So that's what Angelina did with Bohemian Rhapsody. These are Christmas songs. We all know what they sound like. We all know kind of what we know of the lyrics. Some of them all the lyrics are kind of recognizable, but we don't always think of what they mean. But that's okay. That isn't the important part. The important part is you play them at Christmas time when you have your family around. It's that season. It helps bring joy, love, happiness. That's the important part. And Angelina doesn't fiddle with that too much. She keeps it that way. She's smart, man. She knows what to do. She doesn't monkey with it too much. A little bit, like I said. You have to sprinkle a little bit of your sauce on there, otherwise... Okay, sorry about that interruption. My dogs were, of course, alerting me to the fact that we are under attack by workers that don't even know we're here except for they hear dogs barking. So, yeah, they're just doing their job. They're dogs. I'm sorry about the interruption, and I will try to edit some of that out because it's not pleasing to the ears for most people. So, yeah, it's a beautiful.
Dressed up like Eskimos.
That's one beautiful rendition of a classic Christmas song that sounds just as classy and classic as it ever has. Even better, because Angelina's singing it. And the next one.
I'm driving on for Christmas, yeah.
Oops, wait a minute. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. And this one, Driving Home for Christmas, I really don't think I've ever heard that song up until I heard Angelina sing it. And I heard some people say, some people thought it was there was actually quite a few people thought it was a new song by Angelina. I did too. And then I said, well, wait a minute. I didn't hear, I don't know about that. Let me look into it, right? So I looked into it. No, it's been around for a long time. Apparently it was very, a few commenters from Europe, especially England, said that they play it all the time over there. They get tired of hearing it. And isn't it funny how it gets to playtime over there and then I don't know that I've ever heard it. And it's been out for a long time. I mean, when was it, 1986 or something? So, nice song, but I don't believe I've ever heard it. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, but I don't remember. So, anyway, I did just a small, shallow dive into that song. So that's, neither here nor there. The only reason I brought it up is that I know some of my commenters brought it up. I'm trying to choose my words carefully, and guess what? It doesn't roll off my tongue that way. So let's go ahead and on to the next one here.
Look at the sky. It's the color of love.
The Color of Love. I don't know if I've heard it. Is that the title of the song? That sounds familiar. I don't believe I've ever heard this. So in Sad A, nope. I know the name, know she's a singer. Don't know anything about her. Don't listen to her that much. Hey, listen. I listen to Angelina and peripheral things to Angelina, like the Righteous Brothers. I just listened to again. I watched that movie. I watched the interview. I'm trying. Andy Schnell left me a great comment today, saying that we should be if something's important to Angelina, if you're a real true fan, or just a person that is interested in more than just listening to Angelina sing, we should know what Angelina is a part of and involved in, and what, in this case, what cause is being supported. Listen, the only thing I don't want to do, well, yeah, it's probably fair to say that. The only thing I've tried to avoid like the plague, and I do not want it here, is politics. I don't want to talk about politics. Now, the stuff with the Nobel Peace Prize award, oftentimes that has to do, it's not necessarily directly involved in politics, but there's politics involved in pretty much everything anyway, so you can't avoid it in some cases. But it's about human rights. It's about women's rights. That's universal. I don't think that's, but her situation, she's in a country and they have laws and rules, and they put her in jail and whatever. I mean, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into the politics. I don't want to get into why, the who, and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to. Okay, I feel for her being in prison this way. I admire her courage for being there, for putting herself there to stand up for a cause all this time too. She hasn't seen her kids. They're 17 now. That's been made clear to me by all my viewers. I must have missed that a lot. I wasn't quite sure how old they were. I thought between 17 and 21, but I guess it's 17. I'll take that as gospel now. And they're such mature kids. They're 17. They haven't seen their mother since they were 9. The daughter thinks it's impossible that she may never see her mother again. She's got a 31-year jail sentence in Iran, and it seems likely she's going to get charged with more things and have years added on to that. So she's thinking it's going to be at least a 50-year sentence by the time it's done for trying to press women's rights, okay? Now, I don't want to get into politics. I could very easily right here go off on a 2 or 3 hour tangent on that and comparisons between this country, that country, how things are, and blah blah blah. I could. We all know that anyway. I just be barking to the moon, and singing, just preaching to the choir. I don't want to talk about that here. Everybody has their own point of view. Everybody has their allegiances to this or that or the other thing. We all have that. What I want here is I want to listen to Angelina sing. I want this to be a sanctuary here. It's my sanctuary too, not just for my viewers, for everybody. And I want to enjoy her beautiful music. I want to know a little bit more about her story. If there's, when Angelina and her mother talk or interviewed, there's no, they choose their words carefully, and you almost have to nowadays. And everything is, they answer questions concisely and give you enough information, but not too much, okay? That is smart. That is so intelligent. I can't do that, really. My mouth just opens up and words come out. I don't know what's going to come out. Just whatever's on the top of mind. And, but here, I've been trying to be careful to stay away from anything political. I hope you guys can appreciate that. The reason why I bring it up is if you're listening to this video right now and you're hearing me talk, consider when you write comments. All the comments I get are posted on the videos. Okay, I don't eliminate any comments. I don't. I have since I started my channel back in March. I've banned. I don't know what they call block. I blocked one person, and I had to. It was getting to be too much negativity and too much regularity. And I felt with absolutely no basis that I could see. So I just can't. I don't want to. It's a sanctuary, man. Don't come into a sanctuary and start unnecessarily complaining about things. Okay. Now, if you're complaining about me, I'll post every one of those on there because you know what? I deserve it. I am not a professional YouTuber. I'm a guy. I'm a carpenter. Okay, I'm an old carpenter to boot. So I have a lot of issues. Right? Currently, I've been running all kinds of issues with my tech stuff. Videos are choppy. The sound is, my sound's low. The video sounds high. I've been monkeying with that every single video for the last several months now. Didn't used to have to do that, but I think my videos were so bad back then that the quality was bad overall. So there was no way to differentiate. But now as I've gotten a little bit better skilled, I'd like to be able to put out a better product. this right here, this picture with me actually looks pretty good. I mean, I could do some different things like comb my hair and position this better. Some people want my picture bigger so they can see me react to things. I understand that, but I don't want to be like everybody else, okay? I'm not everybody else. I'm me. I'm Steve Callaway, okay? And I feel that my picture needs to be smaller than Angelina's picture. Sorry, that's the way I feel. Now, when she's on stage way up front, she's a little tiny speck like that. I can't make my picture smaller, smaller than that. But I don't need to because, I'm not trying to compete here. My face is a little bit smaller than Angelina's face, I think. I might be here. Maybe I should do this. Yeah, that's better. Just to make sure. And I'm not competing with Angelina. Angelina is the star. She's the one I want people to see and to get to know. I'm not much to look at. I don't think I'm really, maybe not that much to listen to. If there's any value in anything that I do, maybe it's some of the stuff I say. But as far as looking at me, yeah, hey, come on now. Who wants to look at me? Including me, okay? Self-deprecating, hey, facts are facts, man. So, anyway, I don't know how I got on that rant. I tend to do that from time to time. But the point is, I don't want to have politics on my channel, and I make my picture small. I could be more alert to the fact there are times when I can blow my picture up. Usually it's after the video or before the video. And people say they want me to blow the picture up so they can see my reaction. Well, before the video and after the video, there isn't much to see. There's just me talking. So the argument that you want to see me react, well, I'm going to make my picture smaller. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, no, what can I say? That's my choice on my channel. Maybe someday I'll be like everybody else and I'll do a split screen where it's 50-50. Or maybe I'll do like other people do where their picture's really big and then Angelina's really small. I'm not doing that. I can't do that, okay? It's against my nature. She's the star, not me. She is, okay? Now, when you go to a reaction channel, I understand you're going to see the reaction. I do the same thing. I go to reaction channels, so I go to look at the reactors, okay? I'm watching them. I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing. And what you're telling me as a criticism is a valid criticism. I understand that, okay? And it's a valid criticism. It really is. But I'm making a choice myself to have respect for Angelina and show her a better position of being viewed than I am. She's the one that's really important. I'm not that important. I'm just bringing it to you, okay? Along with hundreds, if not thousands, of other YouTubers that are doing the same thing. So I know I did the same. I used to do the same thing. Song come out, people are people doing all these things, right? Yeah, I know. I can't help but go watch those things either. I love them too. I watch them too. Believe me. Do I want you to scoot off this channel right now because I'm not crying or jumping up and down or whatever? No. Do I have anything really important to say? Probably not. Am I entertaining? Some people might think so. Some people think I might be annoying, right? So that's all. I'm in the middle of watching Angelina doing in this fabulous, wonderful, beautiful gown. I consider the tiara is obviously very, very, you can see it, I mean, there it is. Her earrings I thought were very subdued, along with only the single bracelet on her left wrist. And if I mentioned the nail polish a couple times because it's got a little color, but see how soft it is? It doesn't draw a lot of attention. Angelina, for this event, the attention was on her song, but then her song was bringing attention to the reason they were there, to award the Nobel Peace Prize to Negres, I beg to say her name right, and she's in prison, and her kids accepted it on her behalf. That's why I played the interview, so there's a lot of, you get as much context as you can get. And I also posted last night the Unchained, the actual movie, the original movie where, the original movie that Unchained Melody, the song, was written for as a theme song to that movie. I put the whole movie up for you to watch if you would like to. It's I will apologize in advance if you go. That's the quality is not that good, and neither the video nor the audio was that good. And for some reason, I don't know what happened. all the same settings you see here, right here, I used for that movie, and I monkeyed with that for hours yesterday trying to get it to be better, and I did make it a little better, but I wish it was more better. I got to go sign up for English classes. So that is that. Angelina looks fantastic. It's simple. It's elegant. It's gorgeous, but yet it's understated, and it all fits with the event so perfectly. Angelina is so intelligent. She's so smart. You know. Even here, this pose. Even they got nice, upbeat music with it, for the most part. But she's at an event that is recognizing some important issues. One more thing, I'm not going to put a video out separate for this one, but I noticed in the credits for that movie Unchained that was made in 1955, the year I was born. It's a black and white movie. It's an old time movie, and you can, the whole thing is that way. It's actually based on a book, and there's not a lot of music in it. It's a prison movie. The whole movie is shot in prison, and it's a experimental prison where they didn't have guns or guards. Not too many guards, just a few, but they didn't have guns, and the prisoners could escape. But if they did, they would be convicted of a felony, escape in prison, and they'd have more time added on their sentence if they were caught. So there's risk. But the warden actually takes them the first day they're there and shows them how to escape. There's barbed wire. There is a fence around the entire perimeter. It's just like a chain link fence. And on top there's barbed wire. So he says, here's how you do it. You put your coat on top of the barbed wire, then climb over. That way you don't get caught up by the barbed wire. He shows them how to get out. But he says, if you get caught, you'll be convicted of a felony and more time will be added on your sentence and you'll be returned to a different prison. You won't come back here. You get one shot at this prison. And if you try to escape, you'll be going off to a regular prison, which is where most of the prisoners actually came from anyway. Was other prisons. They were transferred into this one. Kind of handpicked. There was 2,000 of them initially at this prison, and it's called Chino in California. Anyway, that's all based on some fact. The storyline probably is not. I don't know that for a fact, but it's the characters, the main characters, and things like that were probably fictional. But boy, Steve, you go from a photo shoot with this beautiful dress to Chino prison in California. That takes some skill, as some people have told me. I don't know if that's true. I just wonder. What I wanted to point out was, and I'm going to get this wrong probably in some detail, but the movie was based on a book by, I think it was written by Scudder, who was in the movie was the warden of the camp. He was the guy that developed the concept for the camp. And he apparently wrote a book. I forget the name of it. Boy, I should have been prepared for this one. There's another song in the movie that just plays in the background. The only time anything is sung in the movie, if I remember right, is near the end, is the section that Unchained Melody, part of Unchained Melody is sung by one of the inmates, and there's other inmates listening, and you can see the forlornness in their, in the performance, and of course you can hear the anguish in his voice when he's singing, and it gives you a little more context for the original reason Unchained Melody was written and what the lyrics were written for. Something to think about. We think of Unchained Melody as a beautiful love song, and it certainly has come to be that. I think the movie Ghost had a big part in that too. But it's been covered by, I looked it up on Wikipedia. The stats on this are amazing. How many people have covered it, how many versions there are, how many times it's been, how many sales it's rang up over the years. And Bobby Hatfield did that. He took that song, which was kind of hanging out there a little bit in obscurity, and he gave it new life, and he brought it up to be iconic. And I mentioned last night in a video of the Righteous Brothers, I said I had a brief moment where I thought I should do a mashup, and I said, no, Steve, that's a bad idea, and I'll tell you why. Bobby Hatfield's rendition of Unchained Melody is iconic. he brought that song out of obscurity and made it what we know it to be today. I don't want to touch that. Like I said about the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. Venus de Milo is a sculpture. Mona Lisa is a painting. Everybody kind of knows that, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not, you might not have known about the Venus de Milo, but most of us know Mona Lisa. They're both in the Louvre, and they're not real far apart in the Louvre. Biggest museum in the world. I was there for 15 minutes. Saw the Mona Lisa, saw Venus de Milo, and I left. And not because I wanted to rush through there, but I didn't have time to see anywhere near the whole museum, and I had to catch a plane to get home. This was on my honeymoon. So we just had some time to kill. We went there. My wife's name was Lisa, so got to go see Mona Lisa. And my dog's name was Venus, so we had to see Venus de Milo. So that's how I make my choices of what's the best art in the world, or the most recognized art in the world. That's how I make my choices of what to see. I'm not a art and museum guy either that much, but I do like going because it does make you think and enjoy. You get to a little more cultured in a way. So, oh man, so I'm trying to get to this point and I still haven't got there. So this movie was written by, I think, Scudder, who was the original developer of the concept of this free type of prison where there's not many guards. The whole living situation is not, what you think of as a classic prison with the bars and the cells and all that. They had wide open spaces. They could be outside all day long. Their families could come and join in with them there for a period of time as visitors. And I mean, when I say families, kids too, and not just a wife and girlfriend, not the conjugal kind of thing, more like a family atmosphere. And it's an interesting movie from that regard too. But in the credits, I'm trying to get to this. Okay, Scudder wrote a book. The movie's based on the book, which means it's not like a documentary. The movie starts off sounding like a documentary, and maybe it was intended to be in some ways. But then it tells the stories of individuals, which is, you get that in documentaries too, but I don't think they were the actual people. I could be wrong. So, again, Steve, stay on topic. There's another song in this movie. The title of the song is something, Angelina's song, Love Don't Let Me Go. There's a song in here that is titled almost exactly the same. 1955. The year I was born. It's not titled Love Don't Let Me Go. It's titled something like I Say Love Don't Let Me Go, or something like that. I think that might be actually what it was. I Say Love Don't Let Me Go. Now, if you're familiar with Angelina's titles to her songs, and some of her songs, isn't that something? Some people have wondered, I wonder if Angelina knows about this movie and its origins and all that kind of stuff. Guess what? She may have been inspired to create Love Don't Let Me Go, the title from this movie. I don't know. Or maybe she saw the movie in the past and then when she was titling her song, this came to mind. You know how things will pop up in your head. You don't know where they came from. I'm not saying Angelina stole the song title. And you know what? I should go back and listen to that song and that movie because maybe there's some similarities. I don't know. I didn't think of that. So, it's interesting. I believe Angelina has a connection to the universe that I don't understand, and I don't know if anybody really understands it, other than to say I believe it's real because we can see it and feel it. When I say the universe, I mean she has a connection to both past. She gives credits Billie Holiday for who she is today. You can hear Billie Holiday on almost everything that Angelina does. A little, if nothing else, little bits and pieces. Maybe it's the musical choices, maybe it's the phrasing, maybe it's all kinds of things. And she also has credited other singers with providing her with direction and inspiration and everything else, such as Whitney Houston, for example. And she pays homage to those singers all the time. She gives them respect by not bumbling up their music too much, or their style. And who does that? do all singers take care to do that, or do they just want to find something that's going to be catchy and popular and do that? Angelina seems to know stuff through cosmic forces or divine guidance or a divine connection or just a cosmic connection, universal connection. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to get into religion either, along with politics, because that's, you know, a personal choice for everybody to believe what they want to believe. And it's amazing. It might be like people that seem to have the ability to, maybe we'll call them like mediums that go say they can talk to the people that have passed. Maybe they can a little bit. Maybe they can't get direct word for word interpretations, but maybe they can get feelings. Maybe they can get senses of things. I don't know. Is that possible? I don't know. I think some people might be more in tune with that than others. It's like men and women are completely different in a lot of ways. We're also very similar in other ways. We're connected by being human beings. But I think women tend to be a little bit more intuitive, a little more sensitive, a little more connected to interpersonal things. And that would also include, I suppose, memories and, you know, the sensitivities surrounding the passing of people and, you know, keeping their memory alive and well. And, you know, guys are guys. Guys are out playing football in the sandlot or building something or monkeying, changing oil in the car or whatever, you know. And guys are mechanical, hands-on beasts of burden. At least we used to be. Now that's kind of changing a little bit, unfortunately. But this should have been a 2-minute video. I'm going to stop here. I can ramble on forever, and I seem to be in a chatty mood today, so let's move on. I just wanted you to see these new
mistakes and regret.
I'm just going to go back. I think there might have been one other little segment. By now you're all gone anyway.
I carol being sung by the choir and folk.
It almost makes me cry to have to stop Angelina from singing. Okay, guys, we're going to see you on the next video. Sorry to make this one so long. I've been on a long and chatty chat thing today, including the last few videos I put up were, I think, a couple hours. One of them was, I think they both were well over an hour long, which is contradictory to the current trend of everything being short. Swipe right, swipe left. Okay, let's go. Have a nice day, guys. Whether it's a day, morning, noon, or night. Whatever it is, wherever you are. And we shall hopefully see you on the next video. Bye-bye.